Take some more, Mom. There's only 3 pictures left.
I'd like to thank you on behalf of all the Chamides for coming tonight. It's not every day someone gets to celebrate their 80th birthday, especially someone who can't count beyond 39. It's true, though, Joe Chamides this week will be officially 80 years old. Dad, we'd like to propose a toast to you. First, we'd like to congratulate you for 80 years of clean living, 80 years of being a good friend, a great father, and even a pretty good electrician. You not only have been a great role model, a great provider, but the way you've lived your life has been evidence to all of us of the many values that you stand for. You've lived it with honor, integrity, and great trust for others. Many happy returns, Dad. Please enjoy dinner. We have a surprise later. And along the way, we promised to let you in on some little-known secrets. Now, everybody knows Joe Chamides, father, husband, grandfather, friend, uncle, but very few people, okay, even world-class poker player. Well, let's say fairly good poker player. But we plan to reveal the other Joe Chamides. Did you know that Dad was a surfer, an all-around beach boy? That he was a flag man, a biker, a laundry man, and a bongo boy. A lot happens in 80 years. Not too many people know about these things, but in a few minutes, you will know all.
This is your life.
Now pay very close attention, because you just might see yourself in some of these.
This is the earliest known photo of Dad. Dad was born on September 4th, 1917, and this photograph was taken a few years later, and it shows him in the middle row where he looks like, the first row right in the middle, where he looks like he's off and ready for a fast start.
Those are all his girlfriends?
Craig, there's actually 13 flags in that 13 stars in that flag.
Yeah, but actually notice the really poor quality of the photo. It's really just because the camera was invented at this time, you know. It's just,
Dad, you were an excellent student and always believed in the importance of a good education, a belief you instilled in all your children and grandchildren. Here you are at your graduation, bearing an uncanny resemblance to Errol Flynn.
It's actually true, Dad. You encouraged us to study hard, work hard, and to be all we could be. I can still hear your words of encouragement when I was a young man. When are you going to get a job? Dad, this next photo is of you wearing your very first formal top coat. It was taken on the roof of one of the many tenements that your family lived in when you were young. I think at this point, you were on a date when this photo was taken, and you told your date that you'd take her to dinner. The View.
Yeah, little did she know you meant sandwiches on the rooftop.
Dad, here's a shot of you from the early 1930s. You always told us that this wasn't a police mug shot, but we're not so sure.
By the way, folks, if you look real closely, you will see the beginnings of the trademark Joe Chamides mustache.
Early photo, looks like you were one of the original Bowery boys, Dad. And with your hand on your hip, it shows you had attitude long before it was in fashion.
Here's a photo of Dad's high school class on the day they told everyone to wear suits to class. Can you guess which one is Joe?
You know, and you tell me I don't listen. What is that?
If you haven't found him, he's the one without the suit. Here's Dad in his uniform as he's getting ready to go off to war. You can see that my father comes from a long family of hat people. In fact, the hat on the upper right, you can't get anymore at any place. That hat is worth a lot of money. In fact, that's my cousin Bobby on the right there. Bobby's here tonight. Bobby, where are you? Isn't that you? There he is.
Dad, now that you had your uniform, you approached your new Army job the same way you do everything in life, very enthusiastically.
Dad, they told you to drop the bomb and ride in the plane.
Again, you don't listen.
Folks, everyone knows that my father's an optimist. He always has a positive and can-do attitude. After basic training, he wrote home and told everybody in the family not to worry because the Army was going to send him to a warm and sunny place. Naturally, he wound up on guard duty in a blizzard. But Dad, you were a fast learner, and pretty soon you made the best of a bad situation. You bought the finest leather suit that money could buy. But folks, if you look real closely, you'll see he's been transferred to the desert at this point.
Dad, you always told us that a person should try to do many things well, not just one thing. Maybe that's because you tried your hand at many different jobs in the Army. You were a signalman in the artillery. Then you were a flag bearer when you were out on maneuvers. You were even a cannon cleaner.
Dad, we actually had some proctology jokes for this one, but we decided not to use it. You really had some great jobs, though.
But you know, Dad, eventually you did find something that you were very good at. And you practiced it a lot. Isn't it amazing that Dad claims to this day that we could not have won the war without him?
Dad, when you weren't sleeping, good things were happening to you on the home front. Here you are with one of your two great loves of your life, enjoying a day in the park. Christy DeVito not only brought you a whole new life, but you even became an honorary Italian. Here's your new family getting ready for a big Italian family dinner. Aren't they all beautiful?
Who is all wait, Uncle Peter's hair in this. What the heck is that?
Not Uncle Pete's lap.
Who's on the left?
That's me at the end.
Yeah, I know, Julie, I know the whole thing. Joe's behind you? Hey, Julie?
That's Uncle Joe in the back.
All right,
That's Uncle Pete in the front.
okay.
Look at all the hair he has.
Oh, wow.
I think it was Christmas time.
Very nice.
Okay, if you like this photo, this is a lot of men in this photo, but the real beauty in the DeVito family was in the next photo where you got to know the beautiful DeVito sisters. I mean the meatball sisters. I mean the meatball neighbors.
That's all of us.
No, that's only in Helen and you and Rosie and
Back on the war front, Dad, you return to the cockpit of your bomber where you were finally totally awake. If you think he looks good here, take a look at this next one. We call this Joe Hollywood or Errol Flynn Joe.
This next photo, you can see Dad on the upper left, is with the entire bomb crew of his plane. We think that it was at this time in his life that Dad developed his love for one-piece jumpsuits, which he wears even today.
Hey, Dad, Dad, I swear you have that same jumpsuit today. I swear you do.
Now, Dad had everyone convinced that he had to work really hard during the war. And now we're going to show you the real truth.
Oh, I remember that canoe.
First, there was rowing a canoe while he was stationed in Hawaii. This was a hardship. We all think this was a real hardship.
Then there was jogging on the beach in case he had to run away from the Japanese. Then there was just hanging around the beach trying to look cool.
Hey, we call this one the original Babe Watch.
He was good looking.
He's horrible now. Don't worry about it now, though.
Of course, being on the beach too much isn't healthy, as everybody knows, too much sun. So Dad had to break it up with a little bit of biking.
Then it was right back to the beach to do a little surfing.
Notice, ladies and gentlemen, there's no water in this picture. You know, Dad didn't want that hair messed up. You don't want that hair messed up on the beach.
Those have got to also be the biggest surfboards we've ever seen. He always does everything very, very much larger than life. Now, Dad, you used to tell us that you love to teach. And certainly you've taught a lot of people in this room many things. And one of the things that we discovered that you did some teaching about was height. When you told us you were giving lessons on the Heimlich maneuver to a couple of Hawaiian women.
Even I'm a little suspicious of that one, Dad. I don't think the Heimlich maneuver was invented back then.
I'll bet a lot of you don't know that Dad was also a very romantic person at heart. And here you can, he was ahead of the song, Love Letters in the Sand.
Playgirl magazine.
How many different women did you send this one to?
With the war over, here you are back in Brooklyn getting ready for civilian life, which you quickly adapted to with your bride and your new son.
Frank, how about that hair?
Yeah, what happened to it, pal?
Bring it back through.
All right, okay. It was there once.
Yeah, she used to make.
These were the good years, raising a family, getting a job, planning your next trip to EJ Corvettes with your brother Jay. Folks, if you don't know the Corvette story, ask Dad later. You were also committed to teaching in these years.
What else is that?
I was just gonna ask that, what's that?
Go back.
We still have the same table and chairs.
Craig was asking whose house it was too.
Yeah, I didn't recognize. That's Robin and,
No, Ronnie.
Now, there's a bottle of champagne on the table, so this had to be a regular event of some sort. We haven't figured it out. I think it was my birthday party. No, huh?
Here you are teaching your new son how to cheat at cards.
And here you are teaching your nephew Robert to stand still.
Still does that.
Still does that. He used to give noogies as we were. Now, Dad, after a few more years passed, you were blessed with another happy event when baby Brian was born.
Ron, you don't really look too happy in that picture.
They just told me I had to share my room with Brian. I was actually thrilled. I just didn't want to show it.
They haven't unwrapped the furniture yet.
Actually, baby Brian was the pride and joy of everyone, especially dads. In fact,
Brian, look at that Dave.
the DeVito sisters absolutely loved him.
your wedding was my wedding. That was my wedding.
Now, these DeVito sisters in this section of their life are known as the Hat Sisters. Aren't they all beautiful here, ladies and gentlemen? Now, once in a while, very few people know this, but once in a while, the sisters occasionally took their hats off for very special reasons, like a good card game. And just so you know what time period this is, and not to be outdone by the Hat Sisters, and to prove that the Hat Sisters weren't the only ones that could look good and dress good, how about the Tuxedo Boys? This photo was taken on the day of my wedding, November something, 1965. And Dad, I have to say, you look very dapper here, Dad.
Oh, by the way, yeah, I noticed you mentioned it, but that is Brian's first Armani tux.
Tell me about it all night. Who's on the couch?
That's
Without the
Hold
bag.
on.
Rock one, yes, and you've been a real dog?
Yeah, Bum Bum.
Bonbon.
Bum Bum.
Where's the bones in that dog?
Dad, a few years after Ron's wedding, in 1967, you met this beautiful woman. Not too well known is the fact that you met in a very romantic way while you were recovering from your surgeries.
After a whirlwind courtship, you married your new love, Grace.
And promised her life would be a piece of cake. You quickly settled comfortably into married life. And even more comfortably, you settled into the couch.
Yeah, that's because you were stuck to the plastic slip covers. So.
Dad, life was great. You and Grace thoroughly enjoyed your new life together. In fact, this is a very secret photo. Here you are at home playing the short Frenchman of the showdown. I don't know why, but it must have been a big success, Dad. Now, 9 months after this photo was taken, it must have been a great event because it was inspirational, Dad. Not only did you have a third son, baby Craig, but somehow I got inspired and you became a grandfather for the first time. Here's baby Craig and baby Darcy. And 2 years later, back to the short Frenchman again, you became a grandfather for the second time. Here's baby Christine.
That's a robe Ronnie's wearing.
Craig, how about that hair?
Hey, you know what? Forget Ronnie's hair. How about Dad's shirt? What's that?
Dad, you've truly proven what a great father and grandfather you are by all the things you've done with your children. You taught them how to swim.
You told them all your war stories.
Over and over and over and over.
You gave bongo lessons. Judging from the expression on your face, you look like you're on drugs.
It was the 70s, Dad. We will excuse you. So,
Dad, you even took the children to see Mickey Mouse.
hey, Dad, why are you trying to put Christine in the garbage?
Dad, you even took time to take us all to the Catskills, where you could show off your new pink polyester jacket.
Is that Brian or is that Charles Manson?
I like those shoes, Brian.
That's you?
That's me.
That's a whole person ago. What is that?
It's not me. Now you know why I wasn't too thrilled when he was born. I knew he was going to turn out like this.
But that's the 70s, that's how it was.
That was the
then.
70s.
Yeah, that's how that was normal.
Brian and Craig have matching suit and pants here. I think Grace, you did a good job here.
We knew when Aunt Grace went to the red hair, we weren't going to have any more children. Blondes, we were in trouble.
Now, folks, Dad was always a good provider. All these things we did, all these wonderful places we went, were made possible by Local 3. And the fact that Dad was the self-proclaimed world's greatest electrician, as he wrote across the top of this photograph. We didn't write that. He always was very humble, showed great humility.
Dad, you also made it a point to be there at every family event, at my graduation,
At Darcy's graduation,
And at Christine's graduation.
a full life to say the least. Now, Dad, when you're not attending family events or going to parties or doing electrical work, for many of the freeloaders in this room, you have your hobbies to keep you busy. In fact, Dad has lots of interests and lots of hobbies, and he's really passionate about many of them. In fact, he loves animals, he loves to play with the dog.
and then there's building ships and model airplanes.
Now, Dad, you also love to spend time with your family, with your sons. Here you are spending some time in L.A. and keeping Brian from falling over.
Brian, you drunk or what in this picture?
Brian looks like he's trying to get away.
Hey, if you think I look weird in that photo, take a look at this one. I guess all those war stories must have really gotten to you, huh, Frank? We call this next one Spending Time with My Three Sons. And then there's spending time
Should have put a mustache on Craig.
with his daughters-in-law and granddaughter number 2. Time with granddaughter number 1, Darcy.
Now, Dad also does his fair share of going to all the recent weddings that we've had in the family. David and Tina's wedding. Christine and Scott's wedding.
Dad, you still look as dapper as you did back in 1965 in the Tuxedo Boys picture.
Dad, through all these events in life, we all love you because you're always cheerful, because you're always smiling. Great smile on this one, Dad.
Great jumpsuit in this one, Dad. And another great jumpsuit in this one.
And another great smile, too.
Okay, it's not a jumpsuit, and it is almost a smile, so this does count.
Finally, Dad, we want to tell you that as you dance your way through life,
That the real measure of a person, Dad, is not by what they have in their bank account, but by what they have in their heart.
and Dad, that makes you the richest man we know.
So thank you for all your sacrifices and for always being there when we needed you the most.
And happy birthday, Dad. We love you.
We love you.
Very nice, guys.
Joe, right? Okay. Yes. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Everybody. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joe. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, you could do better than that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the young lady who has spoken through every slide, is that the same one, Joe? Every slide. You're gonna put a slice in for left, right?
Yeah.
Once again, let's hear it for Joe, folks. I think his sons and their families also deserve a round of applause. And his beautiful wife, Grace, who put together this party. Why don't you get in there with him, Grace? Come on, let's take a nice shot there. You can only 80 years old once. That's a beautiful picture. We'll use it at his 19th birthday slide.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
Coming?
If you don't dance the rest of this night, no, we're not. No, it's not gonna.
We're gonna dance, don't worry.
Come on, and if you have suggestions, come on up and tell me. We really need to have a little fun here, right?
Okay, guys, look this over here. Over here, over here, over here. Over there, over there. Gotcha.
Thank you so much for coming. Stand well.
Chamides boys got to. So we have developed our top reasons why you are the best father-in-law in the whole world. Always giving good advice, especially when not asked for.
For mounds of crinkle-cut provolone and rolled salami.
For all the free laundry service.
For all the free electrical work and impromptu remodeling, past and future.
The many airport pickups and drop-offs.
For all your words of wisdom, such as, if you don't have it in your head, you have to have it in your back. My favorite, you banana. A can of aluminum paint will preserve anything. If you buy the best, it will last forever.
Help everyone watch their diets by clearing the table before dinner is over.
Always taking our side in an argument.
Taking pride in everything that we do.
Teaching us that family is everything.
And the number one reason that you are the best father-in-law, raising your sons to be the wonderful men they are today.
Happy birthday, Dad.
That was very well done. And daughters-in-law, that was beautiful.
Impressions about this party. Were you really surprised? Tell the truth.
Very surprised. Nobody can ever surprise me. No matter, you have the look of guilt, I know. But this time, everybody kept shut.
Hoodwinked.
What?
Were you hoodwinked?
Yeah, hoodwinked. I was bamboozled. And I swore, and I said to Grace, don't you dare plan any surprise party.
Are you sorry now that
No, I
there
think
was
it's the most wonderful thing that ever happened to me since I got married.
Which time? Both times.
Now, this is wonderful. And leave it to my 3 sons and all my family is amazing. That nobody even let a hint out that this was happening, especially my neighbors.
Yeah, okay. So, what was the fondest memory that you had tonight? What's your earliest memory, Grandpa?
My earliest memory. Of all you guys being born, that was my earliest memory. The wonderful days of every day each one of you were born.
No, but before we were born, you must remember something.
What do I remember? I remember it well.
We're not that old.
No, really. The good years were the war years, believe it or not.
What made those good years? What about them? It was...
The food was excellent.
What did you eat back then?
Everything that everybody else couldn't afford to eat, the Army ate. We ate everything that people couldn't have at home. Because of food stamps. That's true. What else? You know, I'm going blind with all this. By the way,
Signing off from Birthday Cam. Happy birthday, Grandpa.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
You know I'm going to be operated on next week?
For what?
My eye.
No, what, cataracts? Both? They do one at a time, right?
Well, there's only a left one.
Uh-huh.
The right one I wink with is good.
That's all you need.
This is over. Over and out.
Okay, we're back with Birthday Cam. We're interviewing Grace Chamides about her fondest memories in the last... How many years have you been married now?
Too many.
What's your fondest memory?
That's not nice.
What's your fondest memory of life with my grandfather?
Now you see, you're never going to think of which was the best. I don't know. I think watching when all you kids were little, and especially when we went, the film before reminded me the great time we had when we all went to Disney World. Right? Not Disney World. Yeah, it's Disney World there, right? And he had such a good time with you guys. And I thought that was really great that he related to the two of you and Craig.
How about me bringing home the paycheck every week? You'll love that.
Oh, well, that was a bonus.
So, we all know that you met in the hospital. Was it love at first sight?
Well, listen, I don't know. It was maybe it was for me, but I don't know how it could have been for him because he's this woman sick and throwing up. He certainly saw me at my worst.
You know what the nurse said? She said to Grace, stay away from him. He's a wolf.
That's right.
Why did the nurse say that?
I had no idea.
Because he was flirting with all the women.
I wasn't flirting.
Yes, you were.
They were flirting with me.
So when I went back to the same hospital a year later to give birth to Craig, the woman, the same nurse, came and stood in the doorway and said, I told you, you didn't listen. Told you to stay away.
That was funny. But she knew exactly that we were going to be married. She had an idea we were going to be married.
Well, you told her you were going to marry me.
You told the nurse?
Yes, you did.
I wouldn't do that.
Yes, you did. That's what she said.
You proposed to me. I remember that well. I never said that. Never.
The nurse told me.
I wanted to stay single. I thought it was great.
Okay, now we want to to get into the real dirt of this relationship. What's the most irritating thing that Grandpa does?
What's the most irritating thing?
That he does?
He does.
Oh. Don't say anything.
All right, we'll come back to that one.
Yeah, I can be better. You want to get me in trouble?
No, I don't want to get you in trouble.
Okay. He loves to help around the house, but he refuses to take my instructions when it comes to vacuuming.
What?
To vacuuming.
The vacuuming?
Yes. He likes to do it his way, which takes him half an hour when it should take him 2 minutes.
Why? What special technique do you have, Grandpa?
No, well, I start in the middle. And I work north, and then I work south. You start on north, and you work south. That's wrong. Always start in the middle.
Why?
Well, you see, I usually miss a lot in the middle, so if I cross back again, I got it that time.
You heard it here, folks. Hints from Joe.
Halfway through, we're going to be going one way or the other. It's all right. We're going to tell you. There we go. Okay, here we go. But first we're going to loosen up, and then I'll tell you when to begin, okay? Shake it out and loosen up. She really thinks she's so serious. I like that. Stretch it out. Soon as they start to sing, now you stop. Almost, but not quite. Good judge you can take right here. Here we go. And one, I'm sorry, my fault. Two, and go. Right, left, over, shoulder, head, hip, pulley, 1, 2, 3, and turn it. Right, left, shoulders, head, hip, pulley, 1, 2, 3, and turn it. Right, left, shoulders, head, hip, backside, 1, 2, 3, and turn it. Right, left. Keep going. They're gonna turn around up here. Right, left. Head, hip, backside. Backside. 1, 2, 3, and turn it. Right, left. Shoulders. Head. Keep walking with it, Ron. That's what it is. You still need to go.
I thought you were up there.
I'm doing a music video.
Don't run away on us now. One, two, three, clap to the left. 2, 3, clap, back, 2, 3. Take it down, bring it up. Turn with your right leg. 1, 2, 3, clap, left. 2, 3, clap, back, 2, 3. Shake it down, bring it up. Turn with your right leg again. 1, 2, 3, clap, left. 2, 3, back, 2, 3. Bring it down, bring it up. Turn to the right now. 1, 2, 3. Left, 2, 3. Back, 2, 3. Maybe you should watch, young lady. You're okay. Down. years of health and happiness. You look beautiful, Joe. You look great. And take care of that beautiful